In this video we're gonna be ranking the fastest roller coasters in the world, but no, we are not gonna rank these coasters in terms of maximum speed. Instead, I'm ranking the world's fastest roller coasters in terms of ride experience, and as always I've picked the 10 fastest roller coasters in the whole world. And before going into the list, please support the channel with a like, subscription or comment, that would be awesome. So now let's see which coaster is the best one. Now coming in at spot number 10 we got Superman Escape from Krypton at Six Flags Magic Mountain, but unfortunately Superman Escape from Krypton has been standing but not operating for a very long time, and it is quite rare to see this roller coaster operating. But Six Flags Magic Mountain hasn't really said anything about removing this roller coaster, and we know it's really a maintenance nightmare, but I'm still keeping the coaster on the list. And together with the now removed Tower of Terror 2 at Dreamworld Australia, these two reverse freefall coasters were actually the first roller coasters in the world to hit 100 miles per hour. And these two towering roller coasters actually stood above 400 feet, but people are still arguing the total height of these roller coasters because the train doesn't reach it that far. The overall ride experience on Superman Escape from Krypton is quite simple. You have a very long and drawn out LSM launch by Intamin that goes up to these 100 miles per hour, and then the roller coaster train just flies up this very tall vertical tower. The train then stalls near the top and you get this stomach dropping feeling in your body, and then the train flies down again and then it goes into the brake run. Overall it's just a decent roller coaster experience. Now coming in at spot number 9 we got Steel Dragon 2000 at Nagashima Sparland, and you really have to fly all the way over to Japan to experience this huge roller coaster. And Steel Dragon 2000 is actually part of the very rare Morgan Hypercoaster models, but Steel Dragon 2000 actually exceeds 300 feet, so we could call it a giga roller coaster. And Steel Dragon 2000 actually has the world's longest roller coaster layout, but that's just until another roller coaster opens. But even though this coaster has the world's longest roller coaster layout, the overall ride experience isn't even that great. Morgan is really known for creating very smooth and reliable hypercoasters, but the overall ride experience can really be discussed. Steel Dragon 2000 really features a very large drop where at the bottom you hit 95 miles per hour. But this coaster mainly consists of huge camelback hills and a very long turnaround section. The turnaround section is very speedy but very drawn out, and the several small airtime hills in the end actually deliver the best moments on this ride. And this is where Steel Dragon 2000 actually deliver many floater airtime moments. Now coming in at spot number 8 we got Millennium Force at Cedar Point, and Millennium Force was actually the first full circuit giga roller coaster that opened to the public back in the year 2000. And since its opening 25 years ago, this roller coaster has really been quite famous. Even though Millennium Force to this day just delivers a quite polarizing ride experience, the on-ride POV and overall look of Millennium Force is just quite iconic in the roller coaster industry. And this record-breaking roller coaster was yet again manufactured by Intamin. Millennium Force overall offers a very lengthy and speedy layout that reaches 93 miles per hour after the first drop. Millennium Force has actually won many Golden Tickets awards for the best steel roller coaster, but the overall ride experience can be quite disappointing for some people. Millennium Force mainly consists of low to the ground track and many overbank turns, and the overall ride layout mainly focuses on the total speed and positive g-forces. And even though Millennium Force has some airtime hills, these airtime hills doesn't really deliver. So if you are an airtime lover, this roller coaster layout might really disappoint you. But if airtime isn't really your main priority, Millennium Force might surprise you. And now coming in at spot number 7 we got Formula Rosa at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi, and the so-called Formula Rosa actually stands as the fastest operating roller coaster to this day. This roller coaster has really been standing but not operating for a very long time, but now it's open yet again. And yet again manufactured by Intamin, this record-breaking roller coaster actually reaches 149.1 miles per hour. And this roller coaster reaches this insane speed by a hydraulic launch system. This hydraulic launch system is very strong but very unreliable, and there are actually not many roller coasters left with this launch system because it's that unreliable. But the ride experience on Formula Rosa is mainly just a one-trick pony. Awesome launch and blistering speed is mainly the focus on this roller coaster. After an awesome first launch, this roller coaster layout mainly stays low to the ground where you fly through these very drawn out turns. And in the end of this track layout, the roller coaster actually flies through a few airtime hills. Some say these airtime hills gives a bit of floater and some say it doesn't really do anything. So let's move on to the next roller coaster. Now coming in at spot number 6 we got Orion at Kings Island. And surprisingly we now got a new manufacturer right here, and that is B&M. And Orion was actually B&M's third giga roller coaster. And these giga coasters for me are of course roller coasters with a height or a drop longer than 300 feet. And the awesome drop on Orion actually just hits 300 feet. And this is where the coaster reaches 91 miles per hour, which is the maximum speed. And Orion is actually the slowest roller coaster on the list, even though 91 miles per hour is quite a lot. And even though this roller coaster on paper is very lengthy, the overall ride experience is quite short on Orion. But this coaster experience still fits in some awesome roller coaster elements. Orion features one of the best first drops in the whole world because of the very steep angle, and the overall coaster experience features a great mix between strong positives and strong negative G-forces. Orion features a very fast-paced sideways airtime hill that offers a lot of lateral airtime, and this coaster also features an awesome speed hill with a lot of airtime, and then you have this very weird upwards looking helix, and this moment actually pulls some strong positive G-forces, but after a small outer bank airtime hill this roller coaster ends. So I do get why people say this roller coaster layout is quite short. Now coming in at spot number 5 we got Leviathan at Canada's Wonderland, and yet again we have another B&M Giga roller coaster on the list, and Leviathan was actually the first B&M Giga roller coaster prototype, but even though Leviathan was the prototype I still think this roller coaster has a lengthier and better layout than Orion. And even though Leviathan's roller coaster layout also is said to be quite short, this roller coaster just offers a bit more than Orion, and this roller coaster yet again has a world-class first drop where you at the bottom reach 92 miles per hour. And the overall roller coaster layout on Leviathan mainly consists of strong overbank turns and many airtime moments. And just like the iconic hypercoasters by B&M, Leviathan actually features some awesome camelback hills. And just like the hypers, these camelback hills just deliver sustained and strong floater airtime. And just like Orion, Leviathan also features a strong low to the ground airtime hill. And this roller coaster also has a bit of time to showcase its speed staying low to the ground. And this roller coaster layout is just overall a bit lengthier and better than Orion. But that's of course my opinion, so let me know in the comments what you think, Orion or Leviathan. And now coming in at spot number 4 we got Red Force at PortAventura. And Red Force at PortAventura is actually the first and only European roller coaster on this list. And Red Force overall just offers an awesome, punchy and badass ride experience. And just like some of the other coasters on this list, Red Force is yet again another one-trick pony. And Red Force is yet another ambitious roller coaster created by Intamin. This awesome coaster stands 367 feet tall and reaches a maximum speed of 111.8 miles per hour. Red Force actually features the strongest and fastest LSM launch in the whole world. And this electromagnetic launch on Red Force was actually so powerful that during testing the launch actually shut down the power for the nearby city. And going down the launch you can just feel the speed increasing on Red Force, and then you fly up this 367 feet tall top hat. On the top you experience airtime, and then you got an awesome twisted drop going down to the brake run yet again. But compared to the other launch coasters with a top hat, Red Force is actually quite a smooth ride experience, especially in the front row. And of course this coaster stands as the tallest and fastest in Europe. And now coming in at spot number 3 we got Falcon Flight at Six Flags Qiddiya. And even though this impressive record-breaking roller coaster hasn't really been operating yet, I still think I had to include it on the list. This behemoth of a coaster is set to open with the park Six Flags Qiddiya in 2025. And when we all saw the plans for this coaster we didn't really believe it, but now it stands there. And I've also seen a picture of the train going onto the track, but we haven't really seen it operate or test. But if Falcon's Flight opens, this will be the tallest, fastest and longest roller coaster in the whole world. And this crazy roller coaster is yet again being built by Intamin. And this coaster will drop from an elevation of 639.8 feet. And at the bottom of the drop the roller coaster will hit 155.3 miles per hour. And after that the roller coaster will go into a huge camelback standing 519 feet tall. And after that Falcon's Flight will mainly stay low to the ground, flying through with impressive speed. And the total length of this roller coaster is 13,943.6 feet. But will we ever see Falcon's Flight operating with humans in it? I personally think so. Now coming in at spot number 2 we got Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point. And yet again we got another standing but not operating roller coaster on the list. And in the 2024 season Top Thrill 2 only operated 6 to 9 days. But I was actually so lucky to try this roller coaster out in May 2024. But Cedar Point has actually officially said that Top Thrill 2 would be ready for the 2025 season. But I don't know how reliable this roller coaster will be, to be honest. And this coaster was of course the reimagination of Top Thrill Dragster made by Intamin, and this is where Sam Perla actually took over. And ironically this reimagination has really led to some big problems. But if we only talk about the raw ride experience, Top Thrill 2 really is an amazing roller coaster. Top Thrill 2 now features a swing launch section and a 420 feet tall vertical spike. The first launch doesn't really do much, but the second backwards launch is amazing, very punchy, awesome, and the vertical spike is amazing. The stomach dropping feeling and awesome view is just a one of a kind. And with blistering speed, Top Thrill 2 flies up this iconic top hat with a lot of speed, airtime at the top and an awesome twisted drop. And now coming in at spot number 1 we got Fury 325 at Carowinds. And among the fastest roller coasters in the world, I just think Fury 325 really offers the best ride experience. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree with my pick here. Fury 325 is actually a B&M Giga roller coaster, and this is the most complete one of them all. And as you can hear in the name of the coaster, this roller coaster actually stands 325 feet tall. And at the bottom of the first drop this coaster hits 95 miles per hour, just like Steel Dragon 2000. But Fury 325 actually stays low to the ground where it just flies through these twists and turns, showcasing insane speed. And after an awesome first half with great pacing and speed, this roller coaster goes into into the iconic B&M elements. And this is where the coaster flies through these awesome camelback hills, giving sustained floater airtime. And these airtime moments are really what B&M is best at. The only negative thing about this coaster layout is the very drawn out helix in the end. This coaster just overall offers a crazy and very lengthy ride experience. And I would actually call this coaster the successful son of Millennium Force, because Fury took over these golden ticket awards for the best steel coaster. And now we finally reached the end of this video. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, please. Please show some love and support to the channel by a like, a comment, or maybe perhaps a subscription. That would be nice. And in the end of the day, I'm always gonna say bye bye.